Cats and ferrets are both great pets, and similar in so many ways, but evolutionary speaking, they're about as far from each other as possible. In fact, a ferret is a closer cousin of the walrus than the cat. In this video, we're going to cover some of the key features, both physical and behavioural, of ferrets versus cats. Cats have large eyes, over twice the diameter of a ferret's eye. However, despite the extra size, both cats and ferrets have quite poor daytime vision. A ferret's view of an object at 20 feet is equivalent to what a human's view of that object would be at 170 feet. For a cat, it would be like a human viewing the object at 100 feet. Where both cats and ferrets excel is in low light conditions, where their sight far exceeds that of a human, with the cat edging the lead over the ferret. It's a similar story for hearing. Both cats and ferrets can hear much fainter sounds, as well as hearing much higher frequencies than humans. Again, the cat claims the win over the ferret when it comes to the sense of hearing. Not only that, but cats have a special power in the form of rotating ears. This hugely increases their ability to geolocate sounds versus the ferret. With the sense of smell, it's time for the ferrets to take one back from the cat. Ferrets have a much higher concentration of olfactory sensors than cats. So much that smell is perhaps ferret's primary sense. You can see the importance of smell to the ferret as she wanders around, constantly nose to floor, sniffing her way around. This is similar behaviour to some dogs. Whereas a cat places a greater emphasis on the senses of sight and hearing, so they wander around looking and observing and only marginally sniffing around with their nose. Perhaps the main thing to note about ferret and cat mouths is not the mouth itself, but what lives within. With ferrets you could suffer bites all day long with little consequence beyond the bite itself, but a bite from a cat is a different matter entirely. Cats have a relatively high concentration of the Pasteurella multocida bacteria, which can cause serious infection when transmitted into the human body. Studies suggest 1/3 of people presenting at hospital with a serious cat bite required immediate hospitalisation with an average stay of 3 days. Most other patients requiring antibiotic outpatient treatment. Ferret bites, although more common, are far rarer in requiring any treatment. I've never personally had any adverse reaction to a ferret bite. Perhaps linked to their relatively poor eyesight, but both cats and ferrets seem to lack an advanced processing of oncoming depth perception. This is best exhibited by their comical lack of ability to react to objects coming towards them. Cats cope very well in the heat and actively seek out warm spots, whether in the sun or by the fire. Ferrets do not. A ferret will start to suffer heat stroke at about 30 degrees Celsius or 86 Fahrenheit. It would be rare, if ever, for a ferret to be found sunbathing. In terms of lifespan, you should be expecting 6 to 10 years of life from your ferret, with some individuals getting as far as 14 years. Cats, on the other hand, have a much longer lifespan, with a good range of 10 to 15 years, and in some cases 20 years or even more. Diet-wise, cats and ferrets are practically identical in their requirements. Both are obligate carnivores, which means that they can get all the nutrients they require from meat. A good diet will consist of around 40% protein and 20% fat. A slight difference being that cats obtain more water from their solid food, whereas ferrets specifically drink more water from a bottle or a bowl. The way in which cats and ferrets play also has many similarities. They both have the ability to rotate their front paws, and so grab or hold their toys. They both have an instinct to chase, and once in possession of the toy, will roll around playing with it. Both also have a propensity to carry toys around, although this is perhaps limited to only certain breeds of cat. Ferrets will, however, spend a lot of time playing with each other, whereas with cats this is far more limited and short-lived. It'll come as no surprise that when it comes to agility, the cat wins hands down. A ferret will attempt similar feats to a cat, but is far more clumsy at it, and their short legs just don't offer the same level of agility as cats. What they lack in agility, ferrets make up in sheer energy and stamina. The extent and duration of activity and play in a ferret will outdo a cat many times over. While some cats do have best friends that they would love to cuddle up with, this will usually be limited in occurrence and rarely extends to more than 2 or 3 cats. All our cats are solitary sleepers. With ferrets, the opposite is true, as they actively seek out each other and will just melt into one big cuddle puddle. When it comes to hygiene, this is another win for the cat. Cats have a natural instinct to bury their waste, which means they actively seek out the litter box wherever you may put it, or perhaps the garden vegetable plot, and will bury their treasure away. This instinct does not exist in ferrets. They do have an instinct to back up into a corner to do their business, and so you can anticipate this and place litter trays accordingly, but sometimes they just don't care and will go anywhere they please. We hope that's been a useful or interesting rundown. There is no winner as such, because they are just different pets, and we love them all the same. Thanks for watching. If you did like the video, please like and subscribe, and try out some of our other videos.